Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am Maz and I hope you're having a splendid day. In today's video we will do an update to an already existing mod, and that is to install an X-pipe. I have been since the beginning. I got the car, been interested to see how the car sounds with an X-pipe, and now the day has come. I love the H-pipe sound on the 18 Mustang, at least with the active exhaust. It made a lot of difference with regards to the volume. I have a review. I will put it on the top right hand corner or wherever, a link to that review when I installed the H-pipe and gave my impressions of it. However, I then want to test the X-pipe, and today is the day. And as you can see, I have already had the car jacked up on my homemade wheel cribs. And oh shoot, it's very dark. Now you can see a little bit better. So we have the H-pipe installed. I will try to remove this today and replace it with the X-pipe, and hopefully it will be a rather quick install because they should be the same length, etc. And also you might wonder why I like safety. Yeah. We then have 8 bolts to loosen, 4 in the front and 4 in the back. Where do we have them? There. So once we have done that, I think it's quite straightforward, hopefully. Alright, I don't have a impact gun for this purpose. We will see if I can get it off with this. Otherwise we have to fix an impact wrench or impact gun and try to sort it out. Let me take the rear while I'm at it. Now we got all 8 bolts loose. Before we try to remove anything, I will take my jack and put it under here somewhere so this doesn't fall down when we remove the H-pipe and potentially damage something in the rear valance or get this in the head. So we'll go on with that and then we'll continue. These tabs needs to be pushed back in order for this to come out. So I started in the rear. I removed the 2 clamps and we got the end or the rear side of the H-pipe loose. And now we will go ahead with the front. There we have it. Alright, now we got the H-pipe out. Let's unbox the X-pipe and reassemble the exhaust. Alright, now we got the X-pipe out. As you can see, this is how it looks when it's new, and this is how the material looks after 1 year of use, even during winter. So it has held up really well to the elements, as you can see. So if you're considering buying an Steedas X-pipe or H-pipe and you will drive your car all year around, I would say at least after a year it looks good. These clamps maybe are a bit rusted now, but yeah, apart from that it looks really well. So let's get it installed. I'm all excited to see what it looks, hear what it sounds like, the first startup and cold startup as well. One thing you should take notice of is that, at least I would assume all brands, etc., the passenger side has a kink on the actual X or H pipe. That should be facing then your passenger side, so you're not lying under your car or having a shop doing it and get confused. And now we will go ahead and slightly retighten the rear as well, and we will see if it's aligning and see if the tips are aligning correctly with the rear valance. If they are, we will fully tighten everything starting from the front going to the back, and then we are set to go. Finally, we are now finished with bolting everything back into place, and we are now reaching the part where we shall start her up and see what it sounds like. Hopefully there is a difference so I don't get disappointed, but let's go ahead with that. I am a little bit disappointed. The cold start sounded exactly the same as the H-pipe. However, we of course need to take the car for a drive to see or experience any differences. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I thought I'll give you a driving experience with the H-pipe. So now I have been driving with the X-pipe installed for around 600-700 miles. I have done a long trip with it, and I will give you my honest opinion of what I think of the X-pipe compared to the H-pipe. I know there are a lot of you who are out there considering, should I go for the H-pipe or should I go for the X-pipe? So for those of you who don't know, I have a 2018 Mustang GT with the 10-speed automatic, and I also have the active exhaust. I installed the H-pipe last year, approximately the same time as now, which is in May 2018 I installed it, and now it's May 2019. So I've been driving around with the H-pipe for almost a year, and I really love the way it sounds with the H-pipe. But at the same time, I have always been interested in to hear or to experience what the X-pipe is like. So hence why we did this install video then now, to listen out how the X-pipe sounds on the 2018 Mustang GT. And in my honest opinion, I cannot hear that much of a difference inside the cabin, at least. From the outside, it might be that there is a difference, there is more rasp or more tone or a higher frequency. I honestly cannot say that I have experienced that sitting and driving in the car. The quiet mode still sounds like more or less exactly the same. The drive mode sounds more or less exactly the same. What I have experienced though is when you are in idle and you rev it like you're 15 years old, you know, you're just standing still and you blip the throttle to like 4,000 or 5,000 RPM or whatever. There you can potentially hear the more raspy tone or the raspy properties of an X-pipe. But apart from that, I can't hear any difference, and I'm thinking the H-pipe I had installed, was it leaking or was it something else that maybe made the sound more raspy because it was leaking or something like that? I don't know, to be honest. To me it's a bit strange because everybody's saying, yeah, the X-pipe is more raspy and it's louder or whatever. I don't know. But from my honest opinion, driving the H-pipe for a year and driving the X-pipe now for over 2 weeks, I cannot say I hear a difference. But and this is pure butt dyno, butt feeling
hairy ass sort of thing. I honestly feel that the low end torque was better with the H-pipe than on the X-pipe. On the top end I can't say, but this is at least, I mean, the car is my daily, so at least I have experienced something with the H-pipe, driving it all year around. And what I can I don't know, it might be wrong because I was expecting to experience something different or similar. Maybe that is why I do feel like the torque on the low end side is higher with the H-pipe compared to the X-pipe. I don't know, you guys who potentially have had both, I would love to hear your comments about it, and if you're experiencing the same thing I am experiencing with regards to the low end torque, or if I'm just yeah, it's too much hair on my ass, so I can't actually feel any difference, or shouldn't feel any difference at least. I saw a post on Mustang 6G from a guy who I can see if I can find the link again, who actually dynoed his car before and after installing an H-pipe, the same day, same dyno, and he did see a gain on the torque end of things. So I don't know, but I somehow feel that, but again, it's not scientific. I don't know if it's true or if you would experience the same thing, but that's what I think at least. And what else do we have to talk about which is interesting? I have a video of me doing a review of the H-pipe. If you're considering both, I suggest you go and check that out as well. And in that video I made some clips of how the car sounds from the inside in the cabin when driving around. I won't do this with the X-pipe because the sound is exactly the same on both of them, meaning having it in track or having it in sport mode or having it in normal mode or in quiet mode and driving on the highway. On the track mode you will get a drone-ish type of sound at speeds around 90 miles per hour or 140 kilometers an hour or so. And on the quiet mode everything is more or less quiet. I'm driving around in quiet mode now just for the sake of the video recording. But I mean, I honestly haven't experienced any difference. But I leave that up to you, whatever you feel is most suitable for you. But as I mentioned, I haven't heard that much of a difference. It could be that from the outside it sounds a bit different. I will soon in the video post how the car sounds from the outside, but that's going to be me more or less revving it standing still, and I don't know if that resembles how the car sounds while driving and having load on the engine and so on, but it could potentially give you some idea. I know American Muscle and Xander and Stang Mode, Street 707 and other guys have posted videos on how the X-pipe sounds, and I mean, my video will not give you that much more, but what my video hopefully gives you is my view of owning both the H-pipe. I still have the H-pipe at home because I wanted to see, is it worth it or not? And again, then for me, it has made no difference as such. I have actually ran with the X-pipe on the quarter mile, and there I have a video as well if you want to check that out in general. And oh, we have a Camaro. I ran it with the X-pipe and I ran a 1253 and what was it, 115-ish miles per hour I think, or something like that. I don't know if it would have been any different with the H-pipe or not, but yeah, that's the numbers I have with the X-pipe installed. Then on a car which is more or less stock, I have some aftermarket wheels and the AF drop-in filter and the CB005 cradle lockout and diff bushings, but apart from that the car is stock, and those are the numbers I got with the X-pipe. Then if it would have been any different with the H-pipe, I don't know. If it would have been worse or better, I don't know. The car, to me, at least on the higher RPMs, still performs the same way as it did with the H-pipe. Again, my hairy butt feel. But so with that said, let's hop on into some revving videos so you can get a feel of how the engine sounds, or sorry, the X-pipe sounds, and we will then wrap the video up and we'll go on from there. Ladies and gentlemen, that was all for today's video. I hope it gave you some insight of what you can expect from the X-pipe compared to the H-pipe. If you have any questions at all regarding either of the two, just hit me up in the comment sections below and I will answer your questions the best I can. And also, if you have any other questions regarding the car, or if you have any ideas of what you want me to post or talk about, just let me know. Give me 1 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down, subscribe, and until the next time.